Yo, what's going on there, people? The interwebs is definitely that guy. It's knotlocks, and welcome. It's me, and this is Skatelocks and Dread Reviews. So make sure you stay tuned, stay subscribed. This is still that place for the Knot Nation content. Welcoming everybody to the channel here today, people, ladies and gentlemen, dreads and germs. We are talking about dreadlocks, Freeforms being at Friday, Freeform Friday happening right now, and we are looking into the likelihoods of Skatelocks, aka Andreas. He likes to make videos about skateboarding, his dreads, and anything else worth recording. Skatelocks has been on YouTube for not too long. I actually remember him when he first started out. He was messaging me in the live streams, in the comments, back and forth. And what I noticed is that he started the freeform journey, and looking at his videos from the oldest, how to 360 pop shove it, it's pretty dope that you got some tutorials on here for skateboarding. Maybe try and do some more of those videos. They seem to be doing really well too. But looking at the beginning of his lock journey here, we can notice a few things on his road to freeforming his dreadlocks. He says he has thick curly hair and the forms of the knots easily, so he expects his locks to mature within a year. And as the time progresses, he posted updates. And looking at the video here, he started with the high top dreads, the sides shaved, of course, almost like a man bun type vibe hairdo, except these dreads right now look braided, definitely not free formed. So it's cool to see how far his dreads have come in the last little while compared to where they were here in this video. You can see that when he takes his hair down, if he ever does. No, he doesn't. You notice he has that one thing here kind of going on the side. So throw away those combs if you are planning on freeforming, starting a lock journey. Throw them away. You don't really need them. But do notice that these dreads started from braids. As the new growth comes in, it could be easily interlocked, easily twisted, or easily freeformed into dreads from that state. So as we were looking, we can check out this 1 week. That was probably day one. And now this is 1 week.
Talking about dreadlocks. So in my last video, I talked about how I wanted to do a tutorial and I wanted to talk.
Basically, his dreads at this point, a week in, we can see them coming out from the hat.
To being a bit more curious as to what's actually going on. So,
and it's good because it's good to be curious about your locks, because it involves patience to see where the curiosity leads to when they start forming.
What is actually going on? This is what my twists look like so far. They're pretty frizzy.
And you can kind of see that they are starting to take shape at the new growth. The braids have started to come out. I see rubber bands in at some points, and they have puffined up as well. The braids will puffen up before they start to tighten up again into themselves. If you are going this route, looking back here, we can see from 1 week to 1 month.
What's up?
You really start to see that the ends and the tips are coming out on a lot of the dreads. This will happen. The dreads will start to actually mature from the middle outwards. So the tips are usually the last part to dread up, opposed to the new growth. And looking at his dreads here, you can still see that the 2-strand twists are in some of the dreads.
Was originally progressing pretty fast, but then after a while it just started getting really soft and undone. So I retwisted it yesterday, and there's a very big bump coming down near the end where it gets wispy.
And that's like a kink. Those kinks are normal in dreads. They do show up, and your dreads will unravel a bit, and it is a stress.
So
it is something that stresses people out when they start to kind of unravel, but you gotta stay with it and stay persistent to keep them together. You may, even if it means having to redo a few dreads.
I get like new growth almost instantaneously, and
right there we saw that he was doing a little bit of rubbing on his head to kind of get the roots to mat up a bit.
Really great shampoo. It's a dreadlock specific shampoo, and it works amazing. It cleans out my scalp, it cleans out my hair. My hair feels very light after I used it. I let my sister use it, who has regular hair, and she absolutely loved the shampoo, and it made her problems with, that's just very annoying to deal with.
So actually for 1 month they've puffed up quite a bit, and do note that they are really frizzy for 1 month. I mean, this does happen as well. They're going to get frizzier before they get tighter. Moving on now, we can see his next update actually comes in. His next update actually comes in here at 2 months.
What's up, guys? It's Andres, it's Skatelocks, it's me,
and you see the afro is kind of eminent in the locks. Looking back at that shot right there, here we can see the twists unraveling a bit, but they are starting to lock together. They're drying out, so this is a way to keep them into forming to dreads. But as we know, he started taking the freeform route after a while and stopped separating on a lot of his hair. At this point, you don't really see the sides anymore. It's just more of the high top kind of just drops down to the side of his hair. A benefit of growing his dreads out from longer hair to begin with, they will mature and drop quicker, but they're still very afro-y, very puffy in that sense. And this dude's got some antics over on his channel. If you're interested, go subscribe to him. Definitely check it out. His next stage now, he started free-forming his locks in from the side at this point, 6 months in, I guess it was. But at this here, he started a Congo. He manipulated his own Congo to be like unique in his dread.
a lock and flip it through the roots. I'm gonna undo that so it doesn't get worse. I'm not gonna let that happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, there's a lot of room in this hole, as you can see. Look how much of my forehead you can see in that hole. Look at that. I can fit 3 fingers in that. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the lock that is directly behind it, and I'm gonna loop it. I'm gonna loop it through. I'm not even gonna loop it, I'm just gonna put it straight in. Oh, hold on. Alright, so now that's one in there. And
I mean, over time, by doing that, the hairs are going to connect on those 2 dreads you put together. They would also they would also start to freeform into themselves. If you had just left them, there's no really need to really combine them this way. Evidently, it did show that it worked, because his weirdest Congo ever video turned into something more like this.
what's up, guys?
Where he's got like this whole Congo thing happening on the front of his dread. And of course, this is after he dyed his locks as well. He bleached them to kind of get to this lighter color. But he wanted to create this unique Congo at the front, and it worked out really neat. No need to call him the Weeknd. I'm sure people call him that enough having dreads alone. But it is cool to see people embracing the whole Congo lifestyle. I was looking at some of his more recent videos. You can see that the Congo at this point is really developing, really thickening up, almost into a wick. A big flat wick at the front of his head that stands straight up. We've seen these in people like Seth Aker, who actually recently cut his locks off. And we also see this in shit like The Weeknd, who also cut his locks off. There's a whole lock cutting fad going on right now. But it is cool to see which direction, and this is how the curiosity kind of flows in dreads, because it's cool to see where that dread is going to end up to be. And of course, lastly, his latest update, he got rid of the bleach in his hair by dyeing his hair back to black. A lot of people can do this easily. If you bleach your hair, just want to dye it back to black and get the color out of it. This is one way to do so. The only thing is, if your hair is not like really jet black, which most people it's not, the jet black still shows up as a color, so it's still not the same as a natural color. It's not like you're dyeing your hair back to your natural color, but just like a jet black, I'm sure it will fade out over time. And cool to see that his Congos are even forming more so on the sides and the back even more. So he's got a great journey to follow. He's got a lot of curious looking dreads. I would suggest going over there and heading over to subscribe to his journey. But we're gonna end this dread review here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I do have something here to share with you. I will no longer be streaming games on this channel specifically, so if you want to get involved with the Knot Nation gaming crews and the mob gaming crew, you got to head over to twitch.tv/mob media, where I will be streaming games on here as often as I can, even if it's every day or for a little bit, but definitely like every other day. You can come here and check out some live streams and some videos and some gaming with you guys, because I have a lot of you guys on my PSN. So I'm gaming with Dreads, talking about Dreads over here on Twitch. Come over here and follow me. And in the meantime, I will still be hosting live streams and smoke sessions on this channel. So we'll see you then, smoking a blunt. But until next time, peace out, one love, stay happy, stay nappy, Knot Nation salute. I'll see you in the next video. Blackasha.